OK，好的。So it's 10 o'clock. Hello everyone, good morning and good evening from wherever you are watching. And I am Ellie and I work at GoEast as a Chinese teacher. I teach both in Shanghai, from where I am right now, and also online, and also where I am right now. So we've been a Chinese school for more than 7 years, and we've taught thousands of students in any countries or time zone. Today, we team up with DuChinese. They are a Mandarin reading app application that helps you improve your Chinese skills at the faster pace. We'll come back to that topic as well. Okay. So from last week, we collect so many questions and we separate them into these parts. So first, we are going to ask and answer some questions about HSK preparation. And then we are going to introduce and recommend some free online resources. And third one is about language in general. So, for example, what's the best thing for being a Chinese teacher, or the sequence to learn Chinese? And the fourth is Hanzi learning, because I know you are kind of be trouble with a lot of Hanzi writing and recognizing. And then we're going to pronunciation part, and also some Carol topics. Wow, it's 10 o'clock in your time zone. Good. And in Shanghai right now it's 10 o'clock a.m. as well. Thank you for watching first. And let's start. Okay. So, I think everyone knows the HSK test, right? So someone asked me how to prepare for a HSK test. Thank you. 谢谢，谢谢。Actually, I'm wondering which level you are right now. HSK 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? I have some recommendations. So first about some test link or mock test. So you can go to www.chinesetest.cn. You can find a lot of mock tests, and you can register a real HSK test as well. So actually in Beyond class, our short video, I can speak both Chinese and English, but I want you all to learn better Chinese, so I prefer speak Chinese more than English. Okay, let's go back to this topic, HSK preparation. About HSK 1, so there are 150 commonly used words and some related grammar. So if you do maybe around 50 hours learning Chinese, you will see how easy the HSK 1 test is. So, and also you can go to the DuChinese application. In Chinese we always call app. You can go to DuChinese app and to read the newbie content. And it's very helpful for you to learn and to review as well. And also their topics are very new and very practical. And when you go to HSK 2, Actually, it's just 150 words more than HSK 1, and the grammar is a little bit more difficult. So you need to pay some more effort, but still you need more than 50 hours to learn Chinese, and that's it. You can easily pass HSK 1 and 2, and also you can go to DuChinese to do the newbie and elementary level reading. So it's not that like HSK 0. Okay, for Aiden, HSK 0. So if you wanna pass HSK 1, so from now on you can start learning Chinese, like more than, I think it's not more than, it's around 50 hours. You can pass HSK 1 easily. And you can do the basic conversation with Chinese people as well. So everyone knows that when you achieve HSK 3 level, you have to know how to read Chinese characters, right? So a little bit more difficult. And my suggestion is that you need to make sure that you've known all the 600 words. So you can use a Quizlet to check if you know any words or not. Not pinyin, but Chinese characters. And in this level, you also need to focus on the grammar learning. And my suggestion is that you can follow the HSK standard book and workbook. Try to do that every day. And when you finish like ba sentence, bei sentence, these very important grammar learning, you can pass HSK 3 as well. Yeah. Anyone who is HSK 4? Okay, so I'm gonna say for the level 4, HSK 4, it's like you need to pay much more effort than ever. At this level, you need to improve the listening skills, the reading, and also your writing. So it's like you need to pay much more effort than ever. And I think you've already finished the grammar learning, but what you need to focus is try to read and know new words. So there are more than 600 new words, and also you need to use your own like applications like Quizlet to check your words, and to do the mock test every day, and try to read the standard book, the HSK standard book, because it's quite helpful. Their words list, their grammar system, their like question. Oh, you have HSK 5. Okay, now is about HSK 5 preparation. Still, I recommend you to check your words learning. Aiden, read the newbie content. What? Okay, so for HSK 5, you need to use word learning application like Quizlet to review all the words, because there are more than 2,000 words. And I think if you know most of the words, your reading speed and your understanding will be like level up. And in this level, I think you also need to do exercise. Do more exercise, and don't forget to count time, because most of my students, they told me that they know everything, but they have no time to answer. So I think when you do some like practice by yourself, you need to count time. I think time is very important. even for HK6, very important. Because 谢谢比心 and also for your coming HK6. I think no matter the reading or the writing or the listening, it's quite difficult. And even for Chinese people, I think, to tell you the truth, I think it's quite difficult as well, especially the choose the sentence who has mistakes, blah blah blah, like that. So try your best to do that, and to the test skills are more and more important. So if you have skills to guess a word, to guess the correct answer from the clues, you will get a higher score. Even maybe someone who are good at speaking but not test, still, I think you need to level up your skill. So no matter which level you are, there's no shortcut. You need to practice and focus on the learning, words, and keep going. Okay. Oh yeah. So GoEast Language Center sent you the Quizlet link, quizlet.com, and you can build your own words list, and you can do that every day to check. Thank you. Okay, so about free online resources. As you know, what I'm going to recommend, first one is DuChinese application. So far, I think from like the market, the learning market, I think DuChinese is the best one, because you can listen, you can read, you know which level the word you are, and their topics are very new. So I think you can download DuChinese application from Android or iPhone. So second, I'm going to recommend, is our GoEast online courses and also our Beyond classes. So GoEast online courses, there are like business course and HK learning courses as well. So if you want to learn the standard books, we have standard courses, and also we have live lessons as well. So if you want to learn more, I recommend you to like watch our Beyond class as well, which is very funny. The third one is Duolingo, Chinese one. It's Duolingo. So you can learn Chinese through games. There's a saying that in 5 minutes you can level up your Chinese learning every day. So I'm not sure this method work or not, but you can try it. But Duolingo alone itself is not enough. No one can learn one language like for just 5 minutes a day. And the fourth one, I think I should recommend Chinese Pot, because also my students, they use Chinese Pot to review as well. Their topics are very interesting. And also, I think if you use Chinese Pot to make your knowledge more wider, I think it's good. Okay. And in some general questions, the first one, is a question from WeChat by Peter. So what is the most difficult question you can explain about Chinese by a foreigner? I would like to ask, so what do you do? I think when I read this question, it's quite difficult to answer. So I think this question is the most difficult question that I can explain about Chinese. Okay. Another question is on Reddit. So what's a good way to motivate yourself to keep learning Chinese, especially when you don't need it in daily life? I think most of you right now watching my videos are learning Chinese learners, but maybe you don't need that in your daily life, right? So this is a good question, and I'm going to ask you some questions as well. For example, where is your motivation that you learn Chinese from? Think about that. Is that because you need it because your job or your life? Or is that because you like learning Chinese? So these two are different motivations. One is like external motivation, one is internal motivation. So try to, if you right now don't have a strong motivation, I think it's a time for you to start making a goal, and you can like do some efforts to achieve that goal. When you finish, you will receive a big satisfaction from like finishing the goal, and also from yourself. And also, I wanted to recommend you to like find some interesting connections between learning Chinese and yourself or using Chinese. For example, for me, I like watching movies or TV series or TV shows. I think these are good like connections for you to like connect Chinese and your life. So that won't make you feel that I don't need that in my daily life. You can have more fun. Okay, so next question is from YouTube. What is the bad thing about being a Chinese teacher? Wow. Thank you for asking this question, because I wanted to answer this question as well. First, the best thing, I don't think it's a best thing. I think these are best things. I think being a Chinese teacher is the most meaningful career that I've ever done. So I can see my students like daily improving every day and getting used to Chinese life, or like make a great process. So I think when I see my students and also my friends improving a lot, I feel so happy and satisfied. So that's the best thing. And also, I think both my student and my friends as well have a wider view of the world and of understanding China as well. So I think I did a few things about like understanding the world. And oh, someone asked me, what is the best sequence to learn Chinese? So he gave me is Hanzi, Pinyin, HSK1, HSK2, or what? So this sequence, I think I recommend you to start HSK1 first, and at the same time, you are still doing pinyin and tones. And then you can go to HSK2 level, but never forget the pinyin and tone. So you need someone, or you need to correct yourself the pinyin and tones all the time. And after HSK1 and 2, you can start learning Hanzi. I don't recommend you to start learning Hanzi from HSK1, because someone will just give up because there's too much work, pinyin, tones, Hanzi. So after finish let HSK 1, 2, you can do basic talks and your speaking is better. You can start it learning Chinese writing, which is Chinese characters recognizing and writing. And then at the same time, I think you can also review all the topics and grammars from HSK 1 and 2. So it's like one stone two birds, 一石二鸟, right? And after finish Hanzi, you can go to HSK 3, which is a real elementary level. And also, this is a very important step for you to go to the intermediate and also advanced level as well. So when you learn Hanzi, it's not very difficult to pass to learn HSK 3 as well. So that's my sequence: HSK 1, HSK 2, and Hanzi, and HSK 3. Cool. About my English accent, thank you for telling me that my accent is good. I think it's like you're Chinese. You need to practice, you need to use it every day. It's like my daily language as well. And also I watch a lot of like TV shows, TV series, and yeah, I'm very interested in learning languages and speaking as well. Thank you. And learning that. And I want to share one very interesting question as well. So this is a question from Omnia Sami on YouTube. I'm not sure if my name reading is correct or not. She said, I know when we meet a Chinese person for the first time, we say 你好, and my teacher, 老师好. But after becoming close friends or seeing my teacher every day, it's kind of weird to say the same word, 你好, 老师好. So how can I greet them then? Yes. First, I should say that it's quite true that if you say 你好 every time to the person you meet every day, it's quite weird because 你好 is for the first time you met a person. And my suggestion is that you can say 你怎么样? Hi. Or according to the specific situation, like you can ask them 去哪儿啊? 出去啊? 去吃饭啊? Or 忙着呢? So it's not because we are curious about people's privacy. It's just a greeting way to say, oh, where are you going? We don't expect people say, I'm going to blah blah blah. Just as some common questions. It's like 你好 function. So you can, yeah, I think you can start using these words like 去哪儿啊? 你怎么样? 忙着呢? These words. And next topic is about Hanzi. I want to know, anyone right now know Hanzi or can recognize, can read, and can write Hanzi, Chinese characters? So now I can answer the questions about Hanzi because it's quite difficult for you to recognize, to read, and also even to write. So first question is on Reddit from user named Rachel Hanzi, and also on YouTube. And It said, what is the best way to learn Hanzi? Good question. The best way. I recommend you some web. The first one I think is it's rachelhanzi.com as well. And for me, I think when I teach students to learn Chinese characters, first thing is you need to type Hanzi through your phone. And you can achieve the goal that you can recognize, you can tell which Hanzi that you need to use. First one, type. And second one, write it down. Because you need to enhance your memory. You can type it, good. Because you can recognize maybe after 1 hour learning. But I think if you can write them down, I think you can have a better memory and a longer memory as well. So write it down, but not too much. Like you can write each word, each character, maybe 7 to 10 times. Because this, like a writing, will help you to build a muscle. I call it muscle memory. So if you have that memory, you will naturally remember how to write or what's the shape of this character. So I hope these suggestions will help you learning Chinese characters. And another question is from YouTube by 270 Sitting Duck. His question is, what are some common things that Chinese learners usually get wrong or have trouble with? Wow. Yeah, common things. The first thing, I think most of you are not familiar with the tone system or the language with tones. I think most of you can do well in the tone, the individual word tone pronunciation, and sometimes you just get wrong with the sentence tones. So I think this is the first trouble. And the second one is about grammar. I think most of the language you have different forms, but you don't have le, right? And you don't have 就. So some students, they have le usage and 就 usage problems. But if you know how to use it, which position you need to put, I think you have no problem. The third one, I think the common thing that you really get wrong with is the difference between 没 and 不. So 没, as you know, that is for the past, and 不 is for the future and present, right? But I'm sure that some of you will get confused about 没 and 不, and also you will say 没什么什么了, which is wrong as well. And the fourth one, I think, is some of the word order are very, very different from English. So people will get confused or just speak out after thinking about it carefully. And it's like you need to think about it and then you can speak the correct words order. For example, how to express time in Chinese. Like today, Beijing time is 8月18日上午10点31分, which is not very difficult, but a little bit different from English. So sometimes you cannot speak them out immediately. So the last one, which is from Reddit as well, his question is mostly about how to memorize Chinese characters. And he also mentioned that I feel like I'm practicing writing those same characters whenever I review. I also feel like my spoken vocabulary is outpacing what I can remember to write. Huh. Yeah, it's quite true that it's like how well you can remember the words, and it depends on the words frequency as well, like how often you use them. So like you can remember the words from the sheer repetition. Yes, the more you repeat them, the better you will remember. And so I think you can, for all the Chinese characters learning, no matter what you've learned or not, you can make like a radical list. And you can put like the radical and the meaning of the radical and some related characters. So you can make a list about your Chinese character learning, which will help you to like systematically remember all the words, the new one and the old ones. And also about some like the word that like you say situational words. You can, I think you can first you can separate the character into different components, and then make a story about each components. For example, 教 to teach. So it's left and right structure. So the left one is up and down structure. So the up one is like 老, old man, 老. And below it it's 子, like the sun. So, and the right side is like 文, but it's more like to cross, X. So I made this story like an old man need to teach the kids because the kids made a lot of mistakes in his homework. This is the 教, how I remember this character and how can I know the meaning of this character. About the problem that you mentioned, the spoken vocabulary is more like is outpacing writing. I think it's quite good and it's normal as well, because about new characters, I think you need more time to remember the shape than remember the pronunciation, right? So for the new words, if you remember their pronunciations and their meanings, you can start to write them down. And each character you can read 10 times, because after 10 times you will remember because your muscle. So next time when you like recall this character shape, you will like easily remember them. That's my work. That's my learning way actually. When I was little, I need to learn Chinese character writing as well. So each Chinese character, I always write it down like for maybe more than 10 times. So I think around 10 times you can remember one character. Oh yeah, muscle memory. I call it muscle memory, but I'm not sure if this is real like muscle memory or not. So next part is about pronunciation. Okay, I know you all are a little bit worried about your pronunciation, right? Um, so first one, which is very difficult. So the question from YouTube by Loki7186. It mentioned how to make the sound in Mandarin. I can never get it right. Huh. Okay, so right now, look at me. So, roll up your tongue. This is a tongue, and this is the top palate of your mouth. Roll up your tongue, and the two sides of your tongue touch the upper jaw. Two sides of your tongue touch the upper jaw. Two sides. And then try to pronounce like right, but you can feel more vibration of your throat. Like try to touch here and to feel the vibration. Z, z, z. It sounds like right, but it's z, z, zh, ch, sh, zh. So the tongue position are the same, but zh has more vibration here. Zh, zh. Get it? Okay, let's try to say some pinyin. Pronounce the first one. R-I is like zh, zh. For example, 日本, 日本, 日本. Second one is 热, 热, hot. 热, 热, 热. And third one, 人, 人. 燃, 燃. Do you get it? Okay, so there's also another It's like flower letter in English. So, but it only appears in two. 二, 二. 儿子, 儿子, 儿子. 耳朵, 耳朵, ear, 耳朵. So that is another So this one is more like, this is a tongue, and just roll up your tongue. Okay, now the question from YouTube by Junhao Wang. He asked me, can you speak in dialects? Actually, I want to say it's kind of unfortunate that I cannot speak any dialects, because my dialect is very like Chinese Mandarin. It's just the different tones. Some words has different tones. That's it. So I think it's kind of a pity that I cannot speak any dialects. But if you want to learn or if you want to know any dialects, I think I'll recommend Michael, because Michael can speak Shanghai dialect, which is very different as well. I think, yeah. Some people, some GoEast teachers, they can speak Xiamen dialect, Some of us can speak Shanghai dialect and Sichuan dialect. And so far, I think one also can speak Cantonese as well. But except me, I can only speak Mandarin and English. Okay, so the last question about pronunciation is, do you have tips for pronunciation? Do you have tips for pronunciation? Okay, so I think first you need to know pinyin very well, right? And then you can distinguish the different tones. That's the first thing that you need to do. You know the pinyin, and you can distinguish the different tones. And then you can speak very well the tones and pinyin. And then I think you need to listen and you need to record what you said. For example, I think you can try to listen to DuChinese articles because they have different speed, like half or normal, or one and a half faster or 2 times faster speed. So you can listen to their reading according to your level, and you can also record them and to check if your recording, your pronunciation are similar to the one you hear. In this way, you can level up your pronunciation and you can make your pronunciation more local and authentic. And the last thing is that I need to say, you need to speak as much as you can. Don't be afraid of like making some 尴尬, awkward or embarrassing moment. It's okay because even some Chinese people, they cannot speak the correct pronunciation as well. So don't be afraid, speak it out, okay? Okay, so let's go to our last part. Okay, Carol questions, Carol topics. One is from An Boran, which is our old GoEast students as well. He mentioned that on WeChat, he asked me a very funny questions like Peng Yuyan or Wang Junkai, which is the most handsome and why? So let me introduce these two guys. Peng Yuyan, who is Taiwan 人, and very handsome because he has a lot of like muscle and he has a nice body. And Wang Junkai, which is very popular and hot and new. Wang Junkai became famous when he was very little, so they were a very boy band member. So which one is most handsome? I prefer Peng Yuyan, I think. Peng Yuyan is more handsome, but Wang Junkai is more cute. Because I prefer the nice body shape guy, so I think Peng Yuyan is better. And also, he has a nice smile. Wang Junkai, cute, Didi, cute little brother. So I think maybe several years later, he will become a very handsome guy, which has a nice body and nice smile and a successful career as well. So I hope you guys can like Google these two guys, and also maybe you will find more handsome Chinese men as well. For me, I think right now I prefer Liu Haoran, these celebrities, because the one who I think which is handsome, I think is very warm and has a nice smile. That's the first question. And the second question is Someone asked me if I am like computer generated artificial intelligence, AI. Actually, thank you for being a fabulous fan of Beyond Class. I think you watch every episode of Beyond Class, right? And I hope that you are sure right now I am a human being, not AI. And and even you know that Michael likes video games. Yes. Here I want to answer that Michael likes games, especially Switch games. So he can spend maybe the whole day playing games. If you're interested in playing games as well, you can call Michael as well. And the last question is 你有没有男朋友? Do you have a boyfriend or not? I should say it's a little bit personal, but because we are friends, so I think I should be honest that I have a boyfriend, which is not very handsome, because I told you Peng Yuyan is very handsome, right? So I hope Peng Yuyan can be my boyfriend. But he's very nice, so I have a boyfriend. Very nice one, nice smile, nice personality, and thank you guys. But I should say that Michael doesn't have a girlfriend yet. Anyone who likes Michael? Okay. Okay, now I can answer the questions in the top chat. Aiden said, if you are from Dongbei, you can say after everything. Dongbei. I went to Dongbei, and I've been there for 4 years, and I think their Mandarin are quite standard. Not everything can be but their tones are very funny as well. I think like Beijingese, they put after everything. And any questions about that? Technology, Chinese AI technology is so advanced. Yes, Chinese AI technology is advanced, but I'm a real person. Okay, so Aiden said I have to speak Chinese or 我的外公外婆 will beat me. So in your daily life, you have a lot of chances to speak Chinese, right? Nice. Do you speak Mandarin or some dialects as well? How to improve the listening? Oh, I just saw the question. Like Lalo Cora? Am I right? The pronunciation? So how to improve the listening? I think for me, I think improving your listening is not one day work. It's more like a long period work. So you have to listen to the standard course or the standard course workbook materials and for practicing. And if you cannot like choose the correct answer, that's first time you learned, you can just repeat listening. This is for the total beginner and elementary level. For a little bit like higher level, I think you need to focus on the learning material, listening as well, like the way I said. Listen to the material once, and then if you cannot choose the correct answer, you should listen twice, 3 times, and then try to repeat. So listening and repeating. And then I think it's a good way to listen to some music or watch some movies, Chinese movies or Chinese TV series when you are doing something else, because you need to make sure that your ears are familiar with the Chinese language. So I think you can put some background Chinese sound. And then I think if you are in this environment, it's more like the immersion environment, and you can improve your listening naturally. Okay. Rumor time. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Now, any questions? Okay. Yeah, improve listening by listening. It's true. Uh, okay, so I see the time, which is 11 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock. So thank you guys for watching my live lesson and sharing. I hope these tips will help your Chinese learning. And oh, oh, and I hope you can keep learning Chinese in your daily life. And I hope that Chinese learning will give you a lot of pleasure and also give you a lot of satisfaction from learning as well. So we can keep working on Chinese, and we hope that you can follow us on YouTube and watch our Beyond class or short videos or Chinese online learning courses. And also you can download DuChinese to keep reading and listening every day. Ah, so yep. The last question. Yep, ask me. Which HSK do I need to start watching Chinese movies? Mm, from the HSK standard requirement, I think after HSK 4, I think you can understand most of the Chinese movies content. And even after HSK 3 as well. 谢谢你们 Thank you for watching. 谢谢 And we'll see you next time and in our Beyond class. 谢谢 and good luck. 再见